Hey everyone, welcome back to another video here on the channel. Today, we're going on an adventure through the mysteries of the Bible, uncovering those characters that keep everyone up at night, the most mysterious beings of the sacred scriptures. That's right everyone, get ready to unravel the enigmas behind these colossal creatures, powerful angels and entities that challenge our understanding. After all, the Bible, besides being a sacred book, is a melting pot of stories and characters that still intrigue theologians, historians, and curious people like us. So, before we start this epic adventure, leave that awesome like on the video to give us a boost, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss a thing. Let's go and uncover the secrets of the 10 most mysterious beings in the Bible. Opening our list, we have the Behemoth, a creature that would make Godzilla look like a little lizard. The description of this beast in the book of Job is enough to make your hair stand on end. A colossal monster with incredible strength, capable of shaking the earth. People compared the strength of the Behemoth with the force of nature. Just imagine. Many believe that the Behemoth is the representation of the brute force of creation, a symbol of God's power. But no one knows for sure what it was. Dinosaur? Mythological animal? The mystery lives on. And this aura of mystery is what makes the Behemoth so fascinating, right? If you thought the Behemoth was scary, get ready to meet the Leviathan. Also mentioned in the book of Job, this colossal sea monster makes the megalodon look like a tiny aquarium fish. Seriously folks, the descriptions of the Leviathan are breathtaking. Imagine a being with impenetrable scales, teeth as sharp as swords, and a fury capable of creating tsunamis with a single flick of its tail. They say that the Leviathan was so big that it could make ships look like little toy boats. For many scholars, the Leviathan represents primordial chaos, the indomitable force of nature that God subdued during creation. It is proof that, even in the deepest and darkest places of the ocean, divine force is present. But what do you think the Leviathan really was? A type of giant whale? A colossal squid? Or could it be an even more fantastic creature that defies our imagination? Share your theories in the comments. Get ready to meet the Nephilim, giants who, according to the Bible, inhabited the earth before the flood. Colossal beings, children of rebellious angels and human women, dominated the earth with their extraordinary strength. The Nephilim are described as powerful warriors, feared by all. With their immense size and strength, they must have been truly terrifying. Despite all their strength, the Nephilim were eventually wiped out in the flood. But what really were the Nephilim? Were they just characters from fictional stories? Or did they really exist? Whatever the explanation, the Nephilim continue to pique our curiosity. And who has never heard of the Serpent of Eden, huh? The story of the serpent that seduced Eve with the forbidden fruit is a classic. But was it just a clever snake or something deeper? It represents temptation, cunning. Some believe that it was a demonic being in disguise, while others see it as a metaphor for our own desires and weaknesses. So what's your interpretation of this iconic character? It's time to talk about one of the most feared beings in the Bible, the angel of death. The plague falls upon Egypt, and a shadowy, relentless figure emerges, with the mission of taking the firstborn. Terrifying, right? The angel of death is one of the most mysterious and frightening characters in the Bible. He represents divine justice, the unquestionable power of God over life and death. So how do you feel about the implacable figure of the angel of death? Get ready to meet the cherubim, angelic beings who guard sacred places and protect divine secrets. With multiple faces, majestic wings, and an aura of mystery, the cherubim are a constant presence in biblical stories. Just imagine, you are in front of the tree of life, and there they are, the cherubim, with their watchful eyes and flaming swords. But despite being described as guardians, the cherubim are also complex and enigmatic figures. Their multiple faces, which can represent animals like lions, oxen, and eagles, have intrigued scholars for centuries. Whatever the answer, the cherubim continue to fascinate us with their majestic beauty and aura of mystery. Get ready, because now we're going to talk about the Angel of the Abyss, also known as Abaddon or Apollyon. Just imagine, the apocalypse is approaching, and from the abyss emerges a horde of demonic locusts led by him. The Angel of the Abyss is not messing around. He is the commander of an army of infernal creatures with the mission to spread chaos and destruction. His mere presence evokes images of suffering and pain. But what if behind this terrifying figure there was a tormented being, a reluctant servant? This is one of the questions that make the Angel of the Abyss so intriguing. And when we talk about the apocalypse, we can't forget the Horseman of Death, one of the 4 horsemen who bring with them the end of time, riding a skeletal horse with a scythe in his hand. He represents the end of everything we know. But is he just a harbinger of destruction, or does he also symbolize transformation and renewal? The Horseman of Death makes us reflect on our own mortality. And in the midst of chaos and destruction, there he is. Archangel Michael, the heavenly warrior, the defender of light against the forces of evil. Michael leads the celestial hosts with his flaming sword. He is one of the most powerful and revered angels in the Judeo-Christian tradition. The archetype of the divine warrior, defender of justice and protector of humanity. The figure of Archangel Michael reminds us that light always prevails. Let's talk about Lucifer, the fallen angel, the light bearer who rebelled against God and was cast into darkness. A powerful angel, endowed with unparalleled beauty and intelligence, who dared to challenge the Creator and paid the price. Lucifer's story is both fascinating and controversial. He represents the fall from grace and the seduction of power. But what would lead such a perfect being to rebel? Some believe it was pride and vanity, wanting to be equal to the Creator. Others believe that he wanted to lead another government where light and darkness coexist. Regardless of belief, Lucifer makes us question the nature of good and evil. What is your interpretation of Lucifer's fall? So guys, did you enjoy our journey through the mysteries of the Bible? I hope so. We saw everything from colossal creatures like Behemoth and Leviathan to powerful angels like Michael and the mysterious Angel of Death. Each of these beings, with their enigmas and symbolisms, transports us to a world of mysteries and reflections. The Bible, besides being a sacred book, is a treasure chest full of fascinating stories that continue to intrigue humanity. And you, which of these mysterious beings left you most curious? Tell us in the comments. We'd love to hear your opinion. Don't forget to leave your like, subscribe to the channel, and activate notifications so you don't miss the next videos. Thanks everyone, and see you next time.